Hey everybody, so I'm back. I got another one for you. This one's going to go unnamed because not quite ready to name it yet. It's just going to be an instructional video right now at this point. So what I've got here, I'm going to have to grab a buckle it looks like, but I've got 7 feet of burgundy and 7 feet of the, what is this? I think this might be either orange camo or neon orange camo. I can't remember the exact name to it. I gotta grab a buckle. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to use a 3/4 inch buckle. It's going to be a 4-strand type design. So what I need to do, I need to melt the ends here, fuse them together. Very simple to do. Just heat up both ends until they're nice and melted. That should be good. And then you just simply press them together. Give it a couple seconds and then run these between your 2 fingers, your finger and thumb. Be careful if you haven't done it before. It can be very hot. I think I've lost some feeling in my finger and thumb from doing this so many times. But that'll give you a nice joint there. And then on the other ends, if you're using a smaller buckle, you might want to flatten the ends by heating them up, and then you'll be able to get them through the buckle a little bit easier. But on this one, the buckle is big, so they should be just fine. So we're going to go down through the top with both cords. Going to open the cords up, grab your ends, pull through. And this is going to give you what's called a cow's hitch. Looks like we got a little twisting going on. Alright, so there's our cow's hitch. So now what we want to do is we want to run the cords through the other side. I'm just going to pull all the cords through my fingers. Sorry about that, keep hitting my camera there. Alright, now we're going to pass these up through the bottom. Just like that. Now to get our 3rd and 4th strand incorporated into this, we're going to somewhat figure out what the length is right here. And you can do this 2 ways. You can eyeball it to start off with, and then measure it after you get your 3rd and 4th strand in there, which is probably the easier way to do it. But what I do is I just fold over your cords there, pull them through as you go. And then we're going to take one at a time this time and run this up through. Make sure I'm nice and focused, I forgot to do that. We're going to run the burgundy up through, and we're also going to do the same thing with the other side. And you're going to do it on the outside of your cow's hitch. We're going to go up through this way. So I've got on one of the Endless Fall variations. Got the Broncos going to the Super Bowl, so I thought I'd wear the colors of them. This is a variation of JD's version of the Endless Falls. I can't remember exactly what that one's called, but it's a variation of his design. I'll put a link up for his channel down below, so check that out. Alright, so we've got our 4 strands now on there. So you should have something that looks very, very similar to this. And this is where you can check your length, make your adjustments. Just pull up on this one, and then you're going to have to, work your buckle around, but I don't want it quite that long. That should be good right there. Alright, so now to get started. I went on for 5 minutes just getting this ready, so let's get started. So we're going to be working with both cords at the same time. So what I need to do is get one of these cords to the other side, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take it around this first cord. I'm going to go over the 2 center cords and then under the left cord. And that'll get my cords all together. And you can kind of tighten that up. Now I'm going to take both my cords over the left cord, under the 2 center, and over the right. And you want to do this without twisting the cords. You don't want these to ever overlap each other. Alright, and then we're going to tighten this up. And then double check your length here, just make sure that it hasn't moved. And then we're just going to weave this back and forth. So you're just going to fold this under. You don't want to try and twist this under, but you're just going to fold it under. So you're going to go under the first cord, over the 2 center, and under the left. Now these center cords, those are always going to stay together no matter what. You're not going to go in between those 2 cords, so that acts as 1 cord. Alright, and then we just keep doing that. So if we went under this time, we're going to go over, first one, under the middle, over the right one. And then this is where you want to pinch your cords there, tighten everything on up. It'll give you kind of a weave looking pattern to it, kind of like a basket. Get everything tightened here. There we go. Push it on up. And I'll do one more here. I'll let you finish everything up, and then I'll come back when I'm at the bottom and show you how to finish everything up. Alright. Oh, and one thing I want to point out too is that this is going to be a flat bracelet. It's about as flat as they come. A good reference for this too, with the width of the fishtail here, it's going to be a little wider. That's why I went with the wider buckle. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back. Alright, so I have a little bit of a dilemma here. I've got this buckle here that just seems to move around on me. So I've already done one last pass here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove one of the strands, the bottom strand, so you'll have a strand on the top and bottom. So I'm actually going to remove the burgundy color, and then I'm going to run this down through this buckle again, just to fill up that space. So pull that on through, and it'll help you pull this tight too. And then we'll do the same thing with the orange. I'm going to go down through the buckle. Just keep it from moving around a little bit better. Alright, and then when you get to this point, when you have your paracord coming through the other side, go ahead and flip this over. So as if you're starting a new line, or a new bracelet I should say. And then we're just going to finish this off with a Solomon. So create a loop on the left, take your right cord, go over that left cord, and then take it around the back and up through that loop. And what this will do is this will kind of lock everything in. Just pull it nice and tight. There we go. And actually I'm going to move that up a little, and I'm going to do one more because I don't want to melt it right near that buckle, because I don't want it to fuse to the buckle. There we go. Now I can cut my ends right there and there, and we'll have a finished buckle. Let me do that real quick. Had to grab my scissors off my other workstation back there. Snip that one. Now I also just cut off about 2.5 feet, so you can, I thought this was going to use up a little more paracord than it did, so if you've got a set of paracord that you use for practicing, go ahead and use that first and kind of figure out how much length you're going to need. People always ask me how much paracord to use, and I really don't know how to answer because some people tie them tighter than others. It's not an exact science there. This would probably work out pretty good too if you had a set of fids. When you get toward the end, it's kind of hard to go in between those cords. I just put an order in with Mr. Coop. Oh, which reminds me, he's got a new page on Facebook called Swampville Crafters. So if you could check out his page, I'll put a link up to it in the bottom of this description. Anything crafty, handmade, it's on his page. But there you go. Just an instructional video for you, how to make a paracord bracelet. The naming of it will come later. Not quite sure what it is yet, but I like this one. Probably the worst color combinations I've picked out so far. So hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and Paracord on.